Hi Aquarius, Trishna here. Welcome to your September 2021 Love, Psychic, and Tarot reading. So what I'm feeling for you for September of 2021, Aquarius, is I feel like in love you're a little bit stressed. Things aren't really going as well as you would like, and you're not always entirely sure why. I feel like there's parts of you that know, but there's a large part of you that really doesn't understand what's going on, why it has to be so hard, why it has to be so stressful, why things just simply can't work out. Why does it have to be so difficult, and why does there always have to be so many issues? And if a relationship is coming to an end, why does it have to end so negatively? So Aquarius, that's what I feel like is going on with you right now, is there's a lot of stress and questioning and turmoil around the area of love for you. Now, the reason why I feel like that is because you're looking for the wrong things. I feel like a lot of you are looking for shorter term relationships, like 3-month-long relationships, when really what you want is you want to have a very long-term relationship. You want to have maybe a year-long relationship, or even maybe for some of you meet your life partner. But you're not looking for that mentally or very consciously, but that's really what you actually want deep down, and that's why you're not very satisfied in your relationships. Now, the reason why you haven't been looking for the real relationship that you want is because you have a lot of fears. I feel like there may be some trust issues. You either don't trust other individuals, or you just don't want to deal with the drama that comes with having trust. Because when you have trust, trust can be broken. And then when trust is broken, there's a lot of drama. And then when there's a lot of drama, that's just a little too much for you to handle. You don't like to deal with drama. And so I feel like there's that's really what's going on for a lot of you. Some of you may feel like you're not necessarily trustworthy. For some reason, I don't feel like you're someone that isn't trustworthy, but there's something about you. I'm not sure why you feel that way, but for some of you, you feel like you yourself are not trustworthy, and so that's also keeping you from actually looking for relationships that are going to be long lasting. You feel like, hey, I can handle a 3-month relationship. Yeah, that's about as much as I think that I'm capable of handling. I don't trust myself to really be able to handle more than that. Now, that's what I feel for a lot of you Aquarii. I do feel like another way that some of you may be looking for the wrong things in relationships is I feel like a lot of you may be very externally focused. So you're focusing more on the physical aspects of somebody, how attractive they are, or how great of a body that they have, or whatever different body parts speak to you a little bit more. And I feel like Aquarius, this is really holding you back from actually evaluating somebody as a person on the inside, and if they actually are relationship material for you. And part of the reason why you're being very externally focused, again, is because you're really not mentally or consciously looking for what you really want. You're not actually looking for a lasting partner. You want a lasting partner, but you, again, have trust issues for whatever reason, and so you're not looking for it. You're looking for these very quick, short, less satisfying, less deep, less connection building kinds of relationships. And of course, whenever you're looking for something that is more superficial in nature, when it comes to an emotional level, I guess it makes sense that you would look for something more superficial in nature on the external level as well. But Aquarius, you really want to have that long-term relationship, and if you don't make a few different changes to your mentality, then you're not going to have it, and you're going to find yourself continuously unsatisfied in your relationships, going after short-term relationships with very attractive people that you don't feel connected to and that don't last. All of which is what you want, but all of which is what you don't want, if that makes sense. So Aquarius, it's very simple to fix this. Really, I think you haven't really thought about a lot of this or really reflected on these things. You've kind of been a little bit more on autopilot, being like, I'm gonna go after this person. Okay, this person likes me, I like them, great, let's do it. It'll be short, whatever, great. And then, it comes to an end and you don't really feel good about it, and then you just kind of repeat a cycle. So I think Aquarius, really all that it takes is you understanding that this is what's going on. I don't think you have to dive super, super crazy deep into trust issues, going all the way back to your parents, whatever happened in your childhood. I think you just need to be aware on some level that you have them, a little bit about what it's about, and then just know that you have that. Because when you know that you have that, it's no longer this thing that's below the surface. And so it's no longer making you act in particular ways, and then you don't understand it on a conscious level. Because now that you're aware of it, it becomes a little bit more of your conscious awareness, and you can make different decisions now whenever you're looking for a partner. And you will start acting out of a different program, because when you don't know what the program is, you're acting out of that program and going down different rabbit holes. But when you know what it is, even if you're not consciously trying to switch the program, naturally program has been switched because now you're more aware of it, and you're naturally going to make switches and changes that are going to carry you to different kinds of relationships. And I suspect that you will start having longer term relationships, maybe not as long as you would like, but I think you will be very satisfied. I think you'll be much happier. Now, if you want to have the kind of relationship that you would like and of the length that you would like, then, just pay more attention, be a little bit more conscious about the kinds of people that you're going after and why you're choosing them. But even if you don't do that, you will have slightly longer relationships that you're more satisfied with. But if you really want what you're looking for, then just be more conscious about your actions. Don't just make yourself aware of it, but be more conscious in how you go about relationships through your actions and through your decisions. So Aquarius, now we're going to get into the tarot portion of this reading. All right, Aquarius, so the first card that we have is the Ten of Cups. I feel like this is an absolutely beautiful and wonderful card, Aquarius. This is essentially having the fulfillment, the emotional fulfillment that you're looking for. I feel like what this is trying to say is that's really what you're looking for. You're not getting the emotional fulfillment from the relationships that you're in that you're actually looking for. In your mind, you think that you're going after something superficial, something fun, something light, just having a good time, don't really want to be tied down, but really deep down what you want is emotional connection and emotional fulfillment. I feel like this card is saying that that's what you really want, like we talked about in the intuitive portion, but I also feel like it's saying that it's absolutely possible for you to have that, Aquarius. Don't feel like you have to chase superficial relationships. Don't feel like you have to protect yourself by doing that because you think that you're never going to have the relationship that you want. Some of you may be doing that. Some of you maybe have settled in your mind and are telling yourself and other people, I just want to have fun, I just want to have a good time, thinking that that's what you want, but really it's because you fear you can never have what you really want, that in some way you will never find the person that you're supposed to be with or that you really want to be with, or that you have the capability to be in a really meaningful relationship with somebody. But this card is saying that you can, Aquarius. You can, and I feel like you can find that within the next year. I feel like if you do some of this work that we talked about in the intuitive portion, and then once you do that for a little bit, it really doesn't have to take that long. Give it a month maybe, and then you take a chill pill for like 3 to 4 months, just kind of chilling, maybe seeing people, but really not putting a lot of thought into love, and just kind of let the healing that you've done through the discovery of the trust issues and things like that, just let that kind of solidify and really work through your system. And then after that, I think by the end of the year, you're probably going to meet somebody who a really meaningful, significant relationship or a significant person in your life that maybe changes the course of your life for forever. So I feel like this is all really possible. And what I mean by changes the course of your life for forever, they may be somebody who really makes you think about love and relationships differently. And from then on, early next year, early 2023, you actually find somebody because now you have a whole different mentality and a whole different expectation of what you can have and a whole different belief system that really allows you to pick up on the right person, and they will show up at the right time. I feel like 2023, 3 weeks into January is about the time frame that I'm feeling for you, if not sooner. So Aquarius, you can really have what you're looking for. Just do the internal work and then take a chill pill and then just let this all play out for you. The next card we have is the Four of Wands. I feel like what the Four of Wands is trying to say, Aquarius, is I feel like you've been partying, you've been having a good time, you've been celebrating, you've been meeting different people, you've been just having fun with no strings attached. And in the moment when you're at the party, when you're out and about, it feels really fun, it feels really awesome. But then when you go home at night, either by yourself or with your partner, something feels empty, something feels missing, something feels like you're not really getting out of life, getting out of this experience with this person, which you really, really want. And again, this can be when you're by yourself, you're just not feeling as good. You're all happy and excited when you're partying and out with everybody, but then when you're by yourself, something's missing, something just doesn't feel good. Or it could even be you're partying with everybody else, you go home with a particular partner that you're with, you're lying in bed next to them, and again, something's missing, you feel sad, you don't feel connected in some way. So again, I think this kind of points to you really want something deeper, something more meaningful than what you've been getting. Yeah, you want something more than what you've been getting, and that's why you're not very satisfied. But again, this is something that you can have. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like what this is trying to say, Aquarius, is that I feel like there have been some partners in your life. This may possibly even be a partner that you're currently with. I feel like it's really more maybe the last partner or the partner before that. But there are partners that you've been with who did want more too. But they kind of played off of where you were at in relationships and what you were looking for. So they may have actually really wanted more out of the relationship, but they saw that you weren't really looking for that. So they just kind of went along with it and decided that they weren't going to look for much more out of the relationship than what you were going to look for. But really, if you had indicated an interest in actually having something deeper and more meaningful and something more long-term, they would have been interested in that as well, and they would have wanted to maybe try it out with you and make it work. But you didn't really give them that chance. So they just met you where you were at, and then they moved on and maybe found a real relationship with somebody else. And then you maybe sometimes wondered or felt sad, like, hey, why can't I ever get that? Like, I was with this person and then they went off and found something meaningful. Why haven't I found that yet? And we've obviously already discussed parts of why that is. So here's what I think the Knight of Pentacles means. I think that's what it's trying to tell you. I think it's also trying to tell you that in the next few relationships that you're in, that you let the other person know that you're open to exploring more. You know, if you want to start it off as more lighthearted and fun just because of some fears that you have where you don't really want to engage that quickly, that soon, then sure, start it off as fun. But before it comes to an end, start letting them know, hey, you know, like, I think I really want something deeper and more meaningful, and I think you're a really special person. And, you know, just open that door with them and see if they accept it. So I think that's something that, Aquarius, you should try and just see how it goes. And it doesn't really matter if they accept or don't accept, because either way, like I said, I think within a year or by January 2023, 3 weeks in, you're going to end up being with someone very significant and very meaningful. So, you know, you can't lose here. But I definitely think you should start opening up that door, opening up the potentials for that with anybody that you're currently seeing. So the final card that we have here is the Strength card. This is the guidance card for you, Aquarius. I feel like what this is basically trying to say is that it does take a little bit more strength than you have been willing to give at this point in time. You haven't really been paying attention to what's really going on within, and that's okay, but now you're aware that that is what is holding you back from having the meaningful things that you want out of life. And it can be scary to look at some of our fears and to address them and to notice that they're there and to appreciate them and love them just as much as we appreciate the things that we do put a lot of focus on because we are proud of them. We all have these different wounds, and so it's really, we're all just working on this journey together with different variations a lot of times of the exact same wounds. So there's no shame in anything that maybe you've been running from, but now is the time for you to build up that inner strength and to really take a look at what's going on and just be aware of it. Again, you don't have to dive super deep. You don't have to go into your childhood and the depths of that and why XYZ happened and how it may be influencing you in your relationships right now. Just have an awareness of what's going on, why you may be acting in certain ways, what are certain drivers that are making you choose certain choices and certain paths and certain people. And just in that awareness, it's already going to escalate your mindset, evolve you to a whole new level of relationships that you can bring into your life. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, then great. But just that awareness can be so healing because it's no longer this mystery. And when it's no longer this mystery, it's not this part of our subconscious that's like, there's this problem, but I don't know how to fix it because you don't even know that it's going on. Once you know that it's going on, the subconscious is just like, hey, like, okay, you know what's going on. I know you can figure it out if you need to. The ball's in your court. I just needed you to be aware. You're aware. I can go chill out now. and it can be just so very healing, Aquarius. So Aquarius, that wraps up the video, this September 2021 Love, Psychic, and Tarot reading for my Aquariuses. I hope that it served you. I hope that you got the guidance that you were looking for or that you needed. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. If you think that this channel could help someone else, these kinds of videos, please share it with someone in your life that you think it could help. And if you're interested in getting more personalized readings from me, you can visit the description box below and visit the link that's there. And you can see a few different kinds of readings that I have available. So I have a year ahead spread. So that's something that you can get on your birthday, which is great because of the solar return. You can just see what's up ahead for your personal birth year. You can get as a gift for someone that you love. You can do this kind of reading in the new year, but Aquarius, your birthday is probably already aligned with the new year, unless you are an Aquarius moon or rising or something like that. And you can also just get a year ahead reading at any point in time, and we look at different categories of your life and just see how they're all going to play out, what kinds of themes are going to be there, so that you can plan your year accordingly and kind of know what's coming up and be prepared and see what blessings are there and any kind of obstacles that maybe you need to work through, etc. And then of course I do love readings and other kinds of readings that you can see on my site. So with that, Aquarius, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please leave me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.